I stared at my wife in the car and thought, why can't she just stop? The words slammed against the quiet hum of the engine, a sudden, raw confession that had been building for months. We weren't arguing. We weren't even talking. We were simply existing in the same space, two people sharing a ride home after a long day. Yet the distance between us felt like a canyon. She was snapping at the kids over the smallest things, her tone sharp. Her eyes glazed over with a cold that seemed to settle over everything she touched. It was as if every chore, every conversation, every laugh was a burden she carried with a sigh. I felt myself shrinking, trying to be the man I once imagined I'd be, a partner, a lover, a father. Instead, I was walking on eggshells, constantly watching my words, fearing the next sharp retort. I wanted intimacy, a simple touch, a kiss that meant more than a routine hello. I wanted to feel desired, not like a roommate sharing a roof with a stranger. Longing for connection turned into a gnawing bitterness that I barely recognized in the mirror. Our home had become a stage for forced smiles. She loved taking family photos, matching outfits, big grins, Christmas cards that painted a picture of perfection. I would pose, plaster a smile for the camera, and then retreat to the kitchen, where the weight of the day settled on my shoulders. The pictures were beautiful, but behind them lay a reality where we were crumbling, each of us pretending everything was fine. The daily routine was a silent battle. I handled about 85% of the household responsibilities. After work, I would cook dinner, a simple routine of the same 4 meals we'd grown accustomed to because she refused to try anything new. While I plated the food, she would sink onto the couch, scrolling through her phone, her attention elsewhere. After we ate, I washed the dishes, while she lingered, perhaps polishing her nails or stepping out for a quick outing whenever she felt like it. There was no controlling, no gatekeeping, just a stark imbalance that left me feeling invisible. I tried to talk. I tried to spell out my feelings, to ask why she seemed so distant, why the house felt so heavy on my shoulders. Each conversation seemed to circle back to me being the problem. I felt blamed, judged, and more than anything, unheard. The frustration built into a quiet rage that I kept locked inside, fearing that any outburst would only widen the chasm. I thought about her past. She grew up in a home where therapy was a taboo, where emotions were dismissed as weakness. Her parents, still together, exhibited the same emotional distance that now haunted our marriage. It was a pattern she never learned to break, a script she followed without realizing the damage it caused. I didn't want to become the bitter version of myself that I saw in the mirror. I didn't want to spend nights venting to strangers, feeling judged for simply wanting love. I wanted understanding, a hand to hold, a voice that said, I see you, I hear you. I wanted to teach our kids that anger and resentment were not the only ways to cope, that vulnerability could be a strength. One night, after another silent dinner, I finally opened up to someone I trusted, a close friend who listened without judgment. I poured out the frustration, the loneliness, the feeling of being trapped in a marriage that felt more like a contract than a partnership. I didn't expect miracles, but I needed to be heard. The next morning, something shifted. She greeted me with a softer tone, a brief smile that didn't feel forced. It wasn't a dramatic transformation, but a subtle easing of the tension that had become our norm. Perhaps my honesty had nudged something inside her. Perhaps she sensed the weight of my words. Perhaps the universe simply responded to the vulnerability I finally showed. I still have a long road ahead. The chores remain, the meals still repeat, and the occasional snap still pierces the air. But now there's a sliver of hope, a belief that if I can voice my pain, she might find the courage to confront her own. I'm learning that love isn't just about grand gestures. It's about the small, honest moments where we let each other see the cracks and choose to mend them together. I'm not looking for validation from strangers or quick fixes. I'm looking for connection, for the simple truth that we're both trying to survive this messy, beautiful life. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough to keep us moving forward, one honest conversation at a time.